Flight. To some people, flight is the ultimate dream. They fantasize about soaring through the clouds like a god, looking down on the peasants below. Not exactly heroic things, but when you look closer, it's not as cool as it sounds. I'm Tommy, and this is Tommy Thinks. And today, we are going to ruin 5 more of your childhood dreams with cold, hard reality. Here is the problem. First, the altitude. If you fly high enough to look cool, you hit minus 50 degrees. You would freeze into a popsicle within seconds. But let's say you have a magic suit that keeps you warm. You still have to deal with G-force. Fighter pilots wear pressure suits to squeeze their legs and stop their blood from rushing to their feet. You don't. If you pull a superhero U-turn at 300 miles per hour, your blood will drain from your brain, you will black out, and you will become a supersonic lawn dart crashing into a school bus. And finally, the government. You are an unidentified object entering restricted airspace. Radar will pick you up immediately. You won't be greeted by cheering crowds, you'll be greeted by a heat-seeking missile. You are not a hero, you are a target practice dummy for the Air Force. Intangibility. You want to walk through walls. Cool. But gravity works because the atoms in your feet push against the atoms in the floor. If you turn off your ability to interact with atoms, gravity doesn't just stop working. The moment you phase, you will fall straight through the floor, through the basement, and keep falling until you hit the Earth's core. And here's the kicker. You can't breathe. Air is made of atoms. If you are intangible, air passes right through your lungs without being absorbed, so you are holding your breath while sinking into magma. Even if you can somehow swim through rock, you are now blind. Why? Because for you to see, light has to bounce off your retina. If light passes through you, you are invisible, but you are also completely blind. So you're stuck in the center of the earth, suffocating in the dark, waiting until you finally die. Super speed. Now, the nerds in the comments will say, but Tommy, if I have speed, I have super durability too. My legs won't break. Fine. Let's assume your body is indestructible. The air is not. When a meteor hits the atmosphere, it burns up not because of friction, but because it compresses the air in front of it. Imagine this. You see a mugger trying to steal an old lady's purse. You decide to be a hero and sprint over there at Mach 5 to stop him. The moment you accelerate, you are compressing the air so violently that you create a thermonuclear shock wave. You arrive in a millisecond, but you don't save the lady. The sonic boom from your arrival liquefies her internal organs, vaporizes the mugger, and shatters the glass of every building on the block. You didn't save the day, you just dropped a bomb on the people you were trying to protect. And the worst part? The boredom. To move fast, you have to think fast. Your perception of time stretches out. A simple 5-minute conversation with your girlfriend would feel like it lasts for 6 years. You would watch her blink in slow motion for an hour. Waiting for a microwave to finish would feel like waiting for a century. You would live your entire life in agonizing slow motion, trapped in a world full of statues. You would go insane from the sheer boredom before you even finished your breakfast. Mind reading. You think you want this to get the upper hand in conversations, but you are forgetting about volume. You cannot just tune in to one person. The human brain is an electric generator of noise. If you walked into a crowded room, you would hear everyone at once. Imagine 500 radios all playing different stations at max volume screaming directly into your brain. It wouldn't be a superpower, it would be a migraine that never ends. You wouldn't be able to think your own thoughts because your head is filled with the static of everyone else's. And if you could filter it, it gets worse. You have to deal with the content. The human mind is a sewer of intrusive thoughts. You would hear the weird, gross, violent impulses that people keep hitting. You would look at your mother and hear her regretting having kids. You would look at your best friend and hear them judging your outfit. There is no silence. Just 8 billion people screaming their insecurities into your ear 24/7. You would be begging for deafness within a week just to get some peace. Immortality, the ultimate trap. If you were given the choice between dying in 1 year or becoming immortal, what would you choose? It seems obvious, right? But think about the emotional cost. The human brain is not built to handle infinite loss. Imagine you fall in love, you get married, you have children. It's beautiful. But then 50 years pass. You're still young, but your wife is old and frail. You hold her hand as she dies. Then, 20 years later, you bury your children. Then, your grandchildren. You watch everyone you've ever loved rot into the ground while you stay the same. Eventually, you stop making connections. You stop loving people because you know they're just temporary. You become a cold, unfeeling sociopath because human lives to you are like flies, here for a day, gone the next. And then comes the physical end. Eventually, the sun will explode and eat the earth. The planet is gone, and you are just floating. Then the stars burn out, the universe goes dark, absolute zero. And you are still there, conscious, suffocating but unable to die. You would spend eternity floating in a black void with nothing to do but count the seconds. You would go mad, recover, and go mad again 1 billion times over. Suddenly, a normal human lifespan doesn't look so bad. So, maybe being normal isn't so bad. If this reality check didn't give you an existential crisis, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.